Now, before I take a blowtorch to all those simps that are out there saying, DeSantis is just like Trump without all of the baggage, we need to get to some stuff that's actually going to affect us in the next couple of years. Case in point, Mitch McConnell. 80-year-old Mitch McConnell, which, hey, refresher, Joe Biden's also turning 80. Think you're really, going to be in the best shape in about 2 years fucking time if you continue down the path with these 80-year-old geriatrics? Because what? Mitch McConnell, 80 years old. Joe Biden, turning 80 Saturday or Sunday. It doesn't really fucking much matter. He doesn't even know, so why the fuck should I give a shit? Nancy Pelosi, 82 years old? Like, Kevin McCarthy, the incoming Speaker of the House, because, Republicans, there's a whole bunch of them. We're the party of change. No, you're not. You're just the party of whatever the Democrats were talking about 10 fucking years ago and adopting their talking points in order to seem more palatable to the people that don't even fucking like you to begin with. Oh, you bet I'm fucking fired up for this one here, folks. Senate Republicans re-elect Mitch McConnell as leader, rejects Scott's bid. Yep, really wanted to push that fucking vote off now, didn't you? Nope, we're just gonna go ahead and business as fucking usual. The exact same cunts are still gonna be in the same goddamn seats and nothing the fuck is going to change, because guess what? Even when you're at the upper echelons of all this stuff, the people that are supposed to reflect the will of the people, like these motherfuckers up here are supposed to be, people are out there suffering. People are out there having a tough time making ends meet. And you know what we should do? Continue to double down with the motherfucker who was in charge of the Republicans in the Senate before the global financial crisis in 2008, okay? Went all the way through all this shit. You know what? Just decided to railroad Trump in 2015. Reluctantly accepted him in 2016 after he managed to win, and then fucking railroaded him at the same time in the House and in the Senate. From 2016 to 2018, campaigned off of him oh so nicely so you guys could all go ahead and fucking stuff your coffers and make a fucking fortune off of your election campaigns, and then all of a sudden, well, I don't know that guy, we don't want him anymore. I just met with Chuck Schumer, and we both have a very good idea of what we want to make the Republican Party to be. Yeah, the 2008 variation with John McCain as its face. We're gonna be the party of losing with dignity, friends. Let's just not do any fucking jumping jacks at the end of it. Fuck every one of them. McConnell easily swatted back the challenge from Scott, the first ever attempt to oust him after 15 years as GOP leader. Why do you think this party sucks so much? 15 fucking years of Mitch McConnell. That's goddamn why. Vote was 37 to 10, senators said. 10 fucking senators worth their salt, okay? I can imagine there's a couple of them. There's a few names that are going to pop up that make a lot of sense. And I wasn't even a big fan of Rick Scott. I told you guys yesterday, I think that he's just as milquetoast and wishy-washy as the rest of them. But hey, man, if he's going to be launching a bid to overthrow Mitch McConnell, thank God. Maybe he's going through a metamorphosis, kind of like Ted Cruz, kind of, sort of, maybe with a little bit more stable footing. I like Ted, sort of, about 70% of the time, as much as anybody can really like an elected politician. Josh Hawley was one of the 10 who voted for Scott and against McConnell. Why do you think he won? Because the conference didn't want to change course. Yes, it's the devil you know instead of the devil you don't. That is what happened. Going into a time of utter tumultuation. Is that the proper word? A tumultuous time on the horizon. I can just go ahead and fucking rephrase that. I don't give a shit. Next 2 years are going to be buck fucking wild. And the media coverage, oh my god, it's already starting. And you knew it was going to start. But just to clean this stuff up here, okay, the vote came after a majority of the caucus voted against a motion from Senator Ted Cruz, who was probably among the 10. I don't think we have a roll call of the 10 of who opposed Mitch McConnell, and I'm sure they're going to be excised, or at least there's going to be a lot of fucking pressure on them to be out of the party here very shortly. But hey, thanks to Father Time, Mitch McConnell, who says, oh, I'm not going anywhere, and then slunk back into his fucking shell. Tip the cunt on his fucking back, okay? Just kick his little stupid goofy feet in the air for a long time. It would be funny. It'd be the best thing, the most productive thing that he's done in 15 fucking years. We'll just have to wait for Father Time to get him out of office. Not wishing him death or anything, but anyways, Cruz, among others, said the looming Georgia Senate runoff vote, was one of the reasons to push back the vote. Yeah, exactly. You don't know if you're going to be the minority leader of 50 or 49 senators. Can you fucking figure that out first? Because that would be great. Scott, 69, nice, was the head of the National Republican Senatorial Committee for the midterms and former governor of Florida, blah, 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 all that stuff as well. Terrific, fantastic. But remember, guys, Ron DeSantis is the first guy to literally ever win Florida, and that's what all of these brain dead assholes are just going to try to trumpet over the next 2 years. We'll see. That's one of those things that I would love to see memed into the fucking ground at this point. Insert your candidate here is just like Trump without all the fucking baggage. God, you people are so fucking brain dead whenever you bring that stuff up. Step into the frame of the media and the people who don't give a living shit about you, whether you live or you die, as long as your fucking tax benefit, rather, check clears. Trump wasn't Trump with the baggage all the way up until 2015, and then guess what? The media and the Democrats decided to go real fucking hard to invent a bunch of fucking baggage for him. So stop this shit. Anybody who comes out, okay, very selectively, I should just go ahead and walk that back a little bit. Anybody that the media is actually scared of, anybody that the Democrats are actually scared of, they already have a fucking dossier of a bunch of different shit that they can just fucking roll out right there. There's one who's going to be announcing, and he's getting glowing coverage right now. Very coincidental to all this shit, but we'll get to him in a moment. I just want to get to the rest of the leadership that's going to be there. And guess what? It looks an awful lot like the exact same people that have lost over and over and over again. John Thune, 61, was reelected as the GOP whip. Barrasso from Wyoming, 70 years old. Great. Party's in the hand of a bunch of motherfuckers who could collect AARP, for Christ's sakes. Was reelected to the Senate GOP conference chair. Yeah, reelected. All of these people reelected, okay, except for Joni Ernst, 52 years old. Oh yeah, just a spry woman right there. Is shifting from vice chair of the conference to chairman of the Republican Policy Committee, replacing retiring Roy Blunt, whose seat, thankfully, got taken over by Eric Schmidt, good Eric Schmidt, down there in Missouri. God, Missouri's got two based senators, Hawley and now Schmidt. Congratulations, it's great. Shelley Moreau Capito will be replacing Ernst, another fucking rhino. Steve Daines from Montana is replacing Scott and will head up the Senate campaign Senate campaign arm of 2024 elections. Yep. There you go. That's the cabal of assholes that are just going to be spending the next 2 years and potentially the subsequent 4 years as well, railroading the guy who just announced, to absolutely nobody's shock, that he's going to be running in 2024. Donald Trump launches 2024 bid for the White House. Yeah, and he went up there at Mar-a-Lago, the dinner club. And a whole bunch of press was there. A whole bunch of people were there, and he spoke for... You won't believe this, but the official time of his speech was 69 minutes. Nice. Like, the man is a fucking living meme, okay? I listened to it again. I really liked it. Now, I really liked it. I don't know, it's very obvious, and I've said this multiple times throughout the duration of my channel before and after 2020. I'm a big Trump guy. I like him because I listen to what he says. I don't listen to the hubbub that surrounds it. What does the man do? What does the man say? Are his words congruent with his actions? For a politician, for a leader in general, he's pretty fucking good at that. Sure, he's not perfect, but guess what? We're starting to hear a couple of things from the campaign itself. More importantly, who's not going to be there? And I love to see it. So we'll get back to the things that he was actually talking about, because that's important. That's the entire thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I've laid this out before, but the thing that really made me into a Trump person was the campaign in 2015, okay? All of the media coverage that was around it. Trump called Mexicans a bunch of rapists and murderers, and he's a bigot, and we won't cover him anymore. Remember, what was it? Lawrence O'Donnell on MSNBC is like, I won't cover Trump's campaign because he's not a serious candidate. They're already doing that right now, okay? So the big orange boogeyman, he's back. And if Republicans are smart, they're not. They would just line up right behind one candidate with a consolidated mindset about this and fucking forge forward to a steamrolling victory in 2024. But instead, it's going to be a bifurcated assault from all of the fucking smooth-brained idiots that are out there, and then the people that can actually see through this bullshit. So hopefully I can provide you with a little bit of a microscope in order to figure out what side you're on this one. Because if you're an emotionally driven retard with an external mental point of origin, get the fuck out of here. I don't want you. I don't need you. Fucking beat it. Because if you want to play semantics with emotionality, where you just want to come in with morals and, we've got the high ground and, Donald Trump is too damaged. He can't run in 2024. We need a different candidate. We need a better candidate. Who the fuck do you think fits that description? Everybody else is still in the cooker for at least another 6 years, so just fucking stop it. You see how deep this fucking swamp goes, okay? Christ almighty, why do you think I let off with that Senate stuff at the beginning? Because it's just so fucking corrupt. You need somebody who's gonna come in there 2024 with absolutely nothing to lose, no second campaign to be looking forward, and be the bull in the fucking china shop that only one person can fucking be, okay? You want the guy who's coming in ready to do open heart surgery with a goddamn chainsaw. That's Trump. It's not DeSantis. It's not Noam. It's not Lake. Go ahead and throw anybody else out there. It's not them. There's one fucking Trump, and you idiots just want to go ahead and just toss him out to the side because, oh, I don't like, oh, he's just mean. Mean tweets are not good. Fuck off. Legitimately fuck off. But like I said, the mass media, oh, they're back on this one, okay? And a guy that I really like, I won't name him or anything because the political takes are a bit fucking wonky, but he's out in front on that one, okay? Self-avowed libertarian. He said, oh, the worst thing about Trump announcing his re-election again, all the people that were on fucking life support in the mass media, their golden goose is now back. Guess what? The first Republican that was going to announce for running in 2024, they would have got the same shit treatment, okay? Because they would have drug up the exact same shit, okay? If it was, Ted Cruz, it would be Ted Cruz, who tried to overthrow the results of the 2020 presidential election and inspired a deadly riot at the Capitol in a desperate attempt to keep himself in power, has filed to run for president again in 2024. But that's, yeah, it's all in service of Donald Trump. But that's the way NPR, National Public Radio, funded by the United States government. And Donald Trump was the 45th president? Yeah, no, great way to characterize him. No, definitely not slander, definitely not libel or anything like that. I inspired it, okay? Because you can't actually say he caused the insurrection because guess what? No charges have been filed. But you just wait. There's another thing that's just kind of looming over top of this. And god damn it, they would be so fucking stupid to be doing this stuff. But we got other things, okay? Because guess what? Mass media, they're big scared of the one fucking man in the room. Look at who they're pumping up right now. Everybody else, except for Trump. Seems awfully suspicious, and it harkens back to, at least, as long as you don't have short-term memory loss, and you don't have a bunch of fucking brain damage in your dome, and if you do, you're probably running for Senate in Pennsylvania, or have just been elected, because that's the case with Fetterman, obviously, but you can't ask him any questions to clarify that situation because now he's got special rules. Can you fucking believe this? This used to be the best and the brightest people that were willing to serve the country. Not lowering the standard so far where you just have to decipher drool marks on somebody's fucking bib in order to figure out where they're going to be voting for. Oy, oy, oy. Trump's 2024 announcement was ignored and downplayed on TV. This kind of segues good into another thing that I'm really hoping for, and something that will, at least I'll be looking into very keenly as to this campaign going forward, okay? Okay, cool. It wasn't covered on TV. What's dying right now as a medium in and of itself? Television, okay? So it wasn't covered on television. Cool. I remember Trump in 2015, like I mentioned before, okay? He was the outsider until it was obvious. It's like, oh, fuck, this guy's actually going to win. All right, now we got to talk about him. Oh, yeah, right. Grab him by the pussy and all that stuff. You know what? Fox News still ran with that shit, and they were hoping so hard it was going to be Jeb Bush, and then they were hoping so hard it was going to be Marco Rubio, and they reluctantly flipped over to Trump after he fucking won. And now who's on the board of directors over there at Fox News? Oh, Paul Ryan, who said that Trump wouldn't win the nomination in 2024. Big fucking shock on that one. But oh yeah, everybody else, yeah, they were running pre-scripted stuff like, okay, CNN, Fox News, they weren't talking about it at all whatsoever. But you know what? Okay, I watched it like so many other people did. Okay, the official Rumble accounts of the 45th president, Donald J. Trump, and Right Side Broadcasting Network, had more than 4 million total views on last night's special announcement at the Mar-a-Lago Club. Oh, 4 million views between the two places that were broadcasting it on the one place where it was being Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's just a bunch of replays, right? No, both the President's account and Right Side Broadcasting Network all had 600,000 concurrent views at the same time. Literally some of the biggest streams that have ever fucking happened. But he's not popular anymore, right, guys? Like, come on, we got poll data that's out here. Ron DeSantis is up 18 points over Trump in a hypothetical GOP primary. Look at the people who are pushing this narrative that are out there. Okay. Oh yeah, we got a poll and we know how reliable polls are. Remember, Republican red wave in 2022. In 2020, oh my God, Biden and the Democratic Party, they were just going to absolutely shit kick Trump and the Republicans and push all of them out of power by huge margins that are there. When was the last time any of these polls were right? Especially YouGov and The Economist. Like, bruh, are you going to take criticism from people that you wouldn't even accept compliments from? You know, they do not have your best interest at heart. Trump or DeSantis 2024. Who would you rather see as a Republican nominee for president in 2024? 46% of respondents said Ron DeSantis. And at independents, oh my God, 34%. And we can look at the methodology on this one. It all breaks down to, I think you can kind of see it, just about 1,500 respondents. Oh my God. But I'm just scanning some of the methodology on this stuff, and you guys can obviously click through on all this stuff if you want to read it a little bit closer. These are barely Trump voters that they asked to begin with. So, oh yeah, no, you should just go ahead and listen to all the media coverage that's out there. Remember, guys, Ron DeSantis, definitely just Trump without all of the baggage that's out there, right? Like, I mean, come on. GOP mega donors ditch Donald Trump's 2024 White House run just after he made his announcement. Like, oh my God, it just must have been such a tough announcement that's out there. Or it could be people that are linked to FTX and may have lost a bunch of money or something like that. Or are you telling me that establishment people don't want to support Trump? Oh my God, guys, this is such bad news, right? More and more big money bundlers are abandoning former President Donald Trump's bid to return to the White House in 2024 in favor of rising GOP stars like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Yeah, exactly. Just continue to pump establishment money and try to ruin the GOP and its future just for fucking laughs at this point. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Billionaire cosmetic heir Ronald Lauder, Estee Lauder, okay, has no plans to support Trump, his spokesperson told the Post Wednesday. Lauder, 78, contributed just under $100,000 to the Republican National Committee and is backing the 76-year-old Trump's re-election effort in 2019. $100,000 in 2019. That's a big money donor right there. According to the website Open Secrets, he donated $2,700 directly to Trump in November of 2017. Okay. The maximum allowed at the time under federal law. Lauder's spokesperson said I won't say whom he might back in 2024. No, I thought all of this stuff was everybody's abandoning ship and just hopping on the Ron DeSantis train. You see what media is doing in real time, right in these fucking headlines, okay? And then the first paragraph that shows up after you search for, big money donors leaving the GOP. This one will pop up, and the first thing that you see, dumping it in favor of Ron DeSantis, says has no idea who they would theoretically support in 2024. But Open Secrets also indicated that the billionaire gave $200,000 to DeSantis' first gubernatorial campaign in 2018 and $10,000 to Friends of Ron DeSantis in July of 2021. Yeah, this guy's just like a huge money donator, as opposed to, what the fuck's that name? That stupid Q-tip looking kid, Sam Bankman-Fried. FTX kid, $38.6 million for Democrats in 2020. Oh, okay, cool. Big money donors, huh? Lauder's rejection of the 45th president comes after two more New York-based billionaires. Big money donors in New York are not going to be funding a Republican populist? I'm shocked by this. Metal mogul Andy Sabin and private equity CEO Steven Schwartzman spoke out against Trump. Okay, Sabin, who contributed $120,000 to Trump's unsuccessful 2020 re-election campaign, blamed the former president GOP underwhelming performance in last week's midterm elections. Okay, so this guy's like retarded. Okay, cool. So what, is he another Johnny come lately? Where's like any of the history? Just sounded like he backed the Republican candidate in 2020. That's wonderful, fantastic. At the end of the day, people stayed away because of Trump, Sabin added. He endorsed candidates who were not necessarily qualified unless they said, "I love you, Donald." That's interesting. That's incredibly fucking interesting. What was his success rate in the primaries, and then even still at the national level? Better than anybody else who went out there and endorsed candidates. No, that's great. Meanwhile, Schwartzman, oy vey, contributed $3 million to the pro-Trump America First Action Super PAC in 2020 and gave more than $35 million to Republican candidates in the past election cycle, told Axios in a statement Wednesday that he is too done with the former president. Oh, cool. Somebody who shows up at the Met Gala really needs your money. Congratulations. Thanks. It's almost like, guys, these are just old idiots that just kind of want to be liked by the media right now. Because as you can see, some of these people have long histories with the GOP, right? According to CNBC, Sabin contributed $55,000 this year to a pro-DeSantis PAC and plans to back the Florida governor if he gets into the 2024 presidential race. Okay, cool. But it really looks like you guys just donate to whatever Republican's at the top, so if you're really judging support by the amount of money crusty old boomers fucking give you, congratulations, you're too stupid for me to take you seriously. Oh, but another thing, oh my god, that announcement, what a train wreck the announcement was, okay? Big name no-shows, tech troubles, mar Trump 2024 campaign launch, like, oh my god, the Wi-Fi for the press was, oh my god, can you believe that they had a Wi-Fi that is so terrible. It went out perfectly, okay? And oh my god. See, former first daughter Ivanka Trump announced after her 76-year-old father's campaign launch that she no longer plans to be involved in politics. I can only get so hard. Why would you say that that's a no-go? Oh my god, she didn't want to show up to it. She was just more concerned with hobnobbing with her husband, which, okay, I don't like Jared Kushner, but I think he had like a cancer treatment or something like that. Hopefully he has a full recovery and stays the fuck away from the White House or any other campaigning. Because again, having Ivanka and Jared Kushner in Trump's ear was one of the biggest faults and one of the things I was very vocal about, like many other people that are out there. Can't take credit for this at all whatsoever. But whenever you heard that Trump was being advised by Ivanka or Jared Kushner, it was always fucking stupid policy that was going to be following. But here's Ivanka's statement. Okay, and remember, this is being heralded as a big L for Trump, I guess. I love my father very much. This time around, I am choosing to prioritize my young children and the private life we are creating as a family. I do not plan to be involved in politics. While I will always love my father and support my father going forward, I will do so outside the political arena. Round of applause for that. Literally, this is the greatest news that could have ever happened. I'm grateful to have had the honor of serving the American people, and I will always be proud of many of our administration's accomplishments. Our administration? Bitch, shut the fuck up. You're raising kids now. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody fucking cares. But again, tech troubles. Like I said, I watched a stream. I watched it back again. Me and 4 million other people. Considering the man is not allowed to be on YouTube, not allowed to be on any other big tech platform, getting that much coverage in that short period of time on one fucking platform is pretty powerful stuff, I would say. And it made allusions to it in the beginning. Pay attention at who they're gassing up right now. Trump endangered Mike Pence, everyone at the Capitol on January 6th. Ex-VP writes in a book. Oh, Mike Pence has a book deal. I wonder how financially lucrative that deal is. Just wondering, because that's one of the biggest open secrets in politics. Okay, you just come out, you do whatever you want for the donors and for the lobbyists that are out there. And then you cut a great big advance for a book deal that nobody ends up ultimately buying, but you end up getting, you get paid back at the end of the day for your contributions in kind. But Mike Pence is saying that he's going to be running for president in 2024. Can't wait. You're going to get smoked in real time, fucker. Nobody likes you, and your prospects are fucking tarnished. And again, as soon as the media turns on you, it's going to be very easy. You enable Trump for 4 years, you can't be here, and he's just going to wilt away. And I still remember every single one of those fucking losers who thought during the vice presidential debates in 2020, oh my god, Mike Pence, oh, he is such a good candidate. Oh my god, the way, how well-spoken he is. Oh my god, he's just like Trump without any of the baggage. I remember every single one of you motherfuckers who were saying that exact same shit. Now all of a sudden you're saying that Pence is a neocon. Get fucked. Like I said, I've been here a long old fucking time. It's a steel trap between these fucking ears. I remember everything. But let's get back to what Trump was actually saying. What I heard, because I was watching a stream, kind of like a follow-along stream, and seeing interactions in the chat were making my fucking brain turn into that of a Democratic lawmaker, because they were continuing to repeat the same shit over and over and over again. DeSantis, run DeSantis. DeSantis is Trump without any of the fucking baggage. You people are so fucking dumb. Let's just break down that sentence for a moment, shall we? What is Trump's baggage? What is the baggage? Okay, and who's affixing that baggage to Trump? Where did it come from? How much is it? Why is it a disqualifier for you? Oh, because you're all up in your feelings. Oh, okay, cool. We can just take that apart from the side. Okay, cool. But too much baggage. Okay, for theoretical people that are out there. Okay, you got to deal with them. You got to deal in generalities when you're dealing with the masses. Okay, and again, I ask you, where did the baggage come from? It is a fabrication of the media that is out there. Because, again, you take a look at the fucking policies, you take the names off the top of the header of all of the accomplishments during the Trump presidency. It is vast, it is great, and it is better than any other president, at least in my lifetime, and for a very long time. We'd have to go back a far fucking time to find anybody who has a more complete record, especially in 4 fucking years, what he was able to accomplish. But no, everybody gets up in their feelings whenever they see DJT at the top of that. Dude, there's a path forward for the Republican Party, but they refuse to see it. They have their mental point of origin. They are always out there trying to placate the people who don't fucking like them to begin with. It's never going to work because you continue to just chase other people instead of your own best fucking interests. I've said it 1,000 different times, and I'm likely to do it for the next 6 to 18 months until the nominee is official on this one, okay? And there's already people opining, oh, who's this VP going to be? Bitch, it's not going to be fucking figured out until he ends up getting the nomination at the end of the day. And we still haven't heard directly from Ron DeSantis. All of this stuff is just speculative, and that's why it's clearly a fucking assault in order to try to bifurcate and destroy the GOP from within. These people don't have your best interest at heart. They want you to continue to play the game that the left plays, all in emotions. You have a path to victory. Play the rational card. Play the facts and logic card. The one that the recently outed as being just as elite and out of touch as every other network that's out there, Daily Wire. Okay, remember, Ben Shapiro that used to be his catchphrase back in the cut, and then he created Daily Wire on behalf of somebody who has the perfect surname for who he is, Jeremy Boring, created Daily Wire because Ben Shapiro got all up in his fucking feelings about a Trump security guard pushing some fucking whale out of the way. I was like, I can't be there and I just can't support this guy. He's just going to flip. Daily Wire is just going to flip to the Ron DeSantis grift and then the Never Trump grift because it worked for them in 2016. And then they were just able to pivot on a fucking dime because, oh, actually, Trump's, I didn't agree with him to begin with. It's like, dude, just use your fucking eyes. Stop listening to other people. Don't do the research. Just buy into the fucking narratives. If that is one thing you can take away from this very long video and these very long series of videos, stop getting caught up in the hype. Get out of your feelings for a fucking moment. Read the words that are said. Match them up against the actions. Be rational about this shit. You will win every fucking argument. You will come out on the right side of shit if you follow the fucking numbers. It's not that difficult. What did Trump actually talk about last night? Enough cock teasing on this one. Former President Donald Trump commenced his third campaign for the White House on November 15th. Trump, 76, who hinted at a 2024 run for more than a year. I thought it was like even longer than that, but okay, cool. Announced the presidential bid in a primetime speech at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States. Former President stressed that this won't be just his campaign, but our campaign, saying that the only force strong enough to defeat the massive corruption we are up against is you, the American people. Together, we will be taking on the most corrupt forces and entrenched interests imaginable. Our country is in a horrible state. We are in great trouble. Facing a crowd of supporters and allies, the 45th president blamed the Biden administration and Democrats for high inflation's threat of war and an open southern border. Yeah, like I said before, right at the beginning, he spoke for 69 nice minutes, okay? And the first thing that he walked up to on the stage is like, gee, I wonder what he could be announcing with the, the classic Trump, header on there. The only thing that it's missing is just the red pinstriping around it. Otherwise, it's identical to campaign Trump. And like I've been saying before, even when he was making nicknames for everybody, this is campaign Trump right now. And it didn't take a rocket surgeon to figure out that he was going to be making this announcement when he said, I will be making a great announcement, a beautiful announcement, the night of November 15th. And yeah, in the over hour that he spoke, God, some brainlets that are out there, it's like, I wish you guys nothing but the best, but you're so fucking dim because you think that, oh, what, one speech would somehow make or break a campaign? Are you fucking retarded? It's not the best Trump speech that I ever heard. Yeah, it was getting laborious at points, but re-listening to it again and listening to it without seeing him up on stage, he hit every fucking point of his platforms. There was no T left uncrossed, no I left undotted. He covered everything that he sees wrong with the country right now, every way that he wants to make America great again. It was thorough, it was comprehensive. It is something that we don't get from the current administration, and that's maybe the starkest contrast that I figured out during that one. Biden, he might be able to just meander through something written down on teleprompters for 10 to 15 minutes and then not take any questions afterwards. Trump went for over a fucking hour. Oh, Trump was just reading a teleprompter and it was low energy. Are you fucking retarded? He had a lot of shit to say. It had to be written down, okay? He had to have some sort of points. And did you miss the points where he was also just kind of jovial old campaign Trump at the exact same time? No. Because again, you're just trying to figure out ways. It's like, shouldn't be Trump. We need to push DeSantis because, you know, these are the same motherfuckers that push the same ideas like, oh yeah, we need escapism, and oh, it's all right if, you know, you just want to give in to some of your sedatives that are out there, okay? Life is hard, and, you know, just smoking a joint every once in a while, or, you know, just getting drunk in the evening, that's just fine, man. Life's tough, never strive for much, and yeah, just continue to do the same shit that worked for your great-great-grandparents, and life hasn't changed that much, you fucking morons. Oh, I was livid after seeing some of this shit. This is more cathartic than anything else. Anyways, what was Trump actually talking about? He outlined a familiar vision for returning the nation to greatness, including stronger foreign policy, lowering taxes, and slashing regulations. Wow, provable shit that he did in the past, that he has a track record of doing so. But guess what? Oh, DeSantis, God, I think I mentioned this before, and again, I like Ron DeSantis. I think it would be great if the Democrats are going to do one of the stupidest things that I think is possible, okay, because they're going to be fast-tracking an indictment, some form or fashion from the Mar-a-Lago raid, okay? Just wait for that to happen, because that shoe's got to drop here some form or fashion, okay? The dumbest thing that they could do is drop that right now, because that would galvanize whoever is the nominee for 2024. They would be smart to just let it linger for a little while and just wait for as long as humanly possible before dropping that. But this is the modern Democratic Party that we're seeing here. Okay, again, they are fully entrenched in the feels before reals, and not like the GOP's any fucking better, but they at least put into practice, well, the Trump administration put into practice, you do A, B results. It's pretty simple. America's comeback starts right now, Trump said 2 years ago. When I left office, our nation stood ready for its golden age. We turned the page on decades of globalist sellouts, one-sided trade deals, lifted millions out of poverty, and together we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. Trump touted his record with foreign advisories, saying China. Oh, it was so nice to hear them say that again. Russia and North Korea were all in check 2 years ago. For the first time in memory, China was reeling and back on its heels. You'd never seen that before, because the United States was outdoing them on every single front. And China was paying billions and billions of dollars in taxes and tariffs. Trump said that he believes the pressure he placed on China spurred the China Communist Party to play a very active role in the 2020 election. Yeah, I don't know what he means, but I don't know. It's all Russia and, you know, ghosts and shit. We will launch an all-out campaign to eliminate America's dependence from China. As expected, Trump took aim at President Joe Biden, blaming the failing nation on him and his administration. Yeah, no, there's no two ways about that. Okay, he legitimately came in and was like, anything that's got Trump's name on, we're gonna rip it up. Fucking moron. Joe Biden is the face of left-wing failure and Washington corruption. Yeah, the motherfucker's been there for 50 fucking years. He turns 80 this weekend, by the way. He said, for millions of Americans, the past 2 years under Joe Biden has been a time of pain, hardship, anxiety, and despair. What about that is false? He's made people broker. He's made people more fearful. He's locked them out of their jobs, locked them out of their communities, locked them out of their place of worship. And then also tried to sell him a bill of goods. Make sure to vote Democrat, you dumb bitches. Oh, wait. Actually can't do student loans. No refunds, Jack. You could also just call him a liar and the fact that he's super corrupt. Trump, the Republican Party's de facto leader. No, he's not, because we need to push somebody else who's successful in one state, a state that started to trend more right because of Trump. But remember, DeSantis is the only Republican to ever win Florida, literally ever. Rick Scott was the former governor of Florida, by the way. And it's also a state that voted for Obama twice and may or may not have voted for George W. Bush in 2000. But who knows? Who knows? Control of the sorry about that. Trump, the Republican Party's de facto leader, launched his campaign at a period of heightened uncertainty for Congress and the GOP a full week after election of the 2022 midterms. Republicans are still one seat from securing control of the House of Representatives. But that actually was changed, and he made mention of that in a speech as well. And he also shouted out Herschel Walker, and it's like, okay, cool, we're gonna be doing a full court press unsupporting him for this election. And we've seen how much money Mitch McConnell wanted to spend on that campaign. So this could be a first thing where they could actually have a unified front on this one. But just wait for the Republicans. The establishment wants to fuck this up, and it's just going to be left for Trump to campaign for him. It's gonna be something now, isn't it? Control of the Senate was decided 2 days before Trump's announcement, with Democratic incumbent Senator Catherine Cortez Masto crossing the finish line. Then Adam Laxalt's like, okay, thanks, bye. Prevailing against Republican challenger, who saw a sizable election night lead evaporate after 6 days of vote counting. Day earlier in Arizona, Mark Kelly was projected as the winner in the race against Republican challenger Blake Masters. Don't know if he's conceded yet, but it's 5 points. And hey, they're still counting votes out there, and Carrie Lake is digging into Katie Hobbs' lead, but she's definitely the winner, right, guys? The delayed vote counts in 2 states were reminiscent of 2020. Whatever do you mean? Safe and secure. We'll do whatever it takes to bring back honesty, confidence, and trust in our elections, Trump said. To eliminate cheating, I will immediately demand voter ID, same-day voting, and only paper ballots. This is what I liked about Trump's speech. He made several tentpole proclamations, that being one of them, and that resonates with everybody who's honest. We'll just keep it a buck right there. What's the problem with elections? Okay, you say, okay, of the lefties that are out there, okay, you say that America, Western Hemisphere, needs to be a lot more like Europe, and even like Canada too. Your socialized healthcare and all that shit. Until you actually experience it, you want it, but it's fucking trash. But no, we need to be more like Europe, where they have voter ID one day for elections, and then results later that night. But no, we need to be more like Europe in the fact that drugs are legal everywhere. Fucking retards. I will dismantle the deep state and restore government by the people. Yeah, he's already talked about that. And why do you think the establishment is pushing so hard against Trump? That was something that I talked about way back when it was first leaked or something like that, put out there in the public, that he's looking to slash tens of thousands of jobs in the deep state. That was about the same time the Mar-a-Lago stuff was coming out, and he's like, no, we need to gut all of these institutions. It's like, all right, bet. To further drain the swamp, I will push for a constitutional amendment to propose term limits on members of Congress. It's time! Yes. See, this is why the speech took so long. This is why it wasn't up and down and Trump doing the old Trump YMCA dance and, clapping around in a circle. He had shit to say. This has been long in the fucking making. So excuse me for an older gentleman to get up there on stage, okay, at 9 o'clock local time for him and deliver an hour-long screed. After a dinner, after preparations, knowing that this would be the single most important time on the campaign trail up until this point, knowing how much rides on this situation. Yeah, forgive me if he doesn't quite look like he did in fucking Home Alone 2. If he returns to the Oval Office, Trump also promised to defend the family as the center of American life, as well as parents' rights in public education. Wow, it's almost like where there was an unexpected Republican victory, somebody really ran on that platform, a sweep to victory out there in Virginia, another place where Trump campaigned really hard. Oh, okay, cool. When I'm in the White House, our schools will cease pushing critical race theory and gender insanity. They do that, and they will lose all federal funding. See, he's putting down campaign points, okay? He said it. This is a part of his announcement. This is the platform that he's running on. Are these feely things? Okay, are these things that are just designed to make you feel good? No, it's pointing out nonsense and saying, oh, I have the authority to fix that, so I'm going to fix that. Okay, we can get rid of federal funding for that. We can't, go into every single classroom and start fucking drop kicking different textbooks out of teachers' hands. But we can start taking their fucking funding away from them at the federal level, and the states can do whatever the fucking states want. Okay, and that was the entire purpose behind Florida's parental rights and education bill. Trump just wants to take it national. What's wrong with that? We will not let men, as an example, participate in women's sports. It's like, oh, come on, that's where you started to lose me, because I want to see a train wreck. Anyways, President Joe Biden, a Democrat, says he plans to run for a second term. Yeah, that'd be great. He can't even run up a set of stairs. If he does, he's unlikely to face a challenger from within his party. Yeah, it's funny. Why aren't more people being pressed about that? All we're seeing is just the rumbles of that right now. What was that, the previous video that's out there? It's like, oh, okay, cool. They're starting to leak out things that, oh yeah, Joe's maybe not all there right now, but oh yeah, we reserve the right to replace him, but 2 years is a long old fucking time, and we got some crazy shit to push through, so we just we'll let Joe continue for a little while, and then we'll just let him go sit out there on the porch with a nice blanket on his lap here in about a year and a half's time. We'll run somebody new. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Trump, on the other hand, is expected to face intra-party contesters in the primary elections. Rumors continue to circulate about the prospects of a primary challenge from newly elected Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who hasn't said anything about that. Again, it's just all media speculation. Another thing that Trump said that I really liked, and that some people out there who are just fucking pussies don't want to accept, he also made mention of fentanyl flowing across the southern border, okay? And he, made multiple mentions of the fact that there's thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands every single fucking year pouring across the southern border. Something, not that he had, a couple of things to say about, especially one of the biggest campaign talking points that he had in 2016. He was going to build the wall, right? Quite a bit of the wall is built, actually. Quite a bit of the fence is up as well, because that's the best way to combat this stuff. It's almost like the tyrant that the media was trying to paint Trump as when he'd go down to the southern border, something that Joe Biden has yet to do. Kamala Harris went to El Paso or something like that. It's close, you can see it with binoculars. Has yet to do either, but she's in charge of the border. But no, he went down there. He's like, do you guys want a concrete wall? And he's like, actually, like a fence would work better. He's like, okay, we'll build a fence. It's almost like that shit is fucking built in some of the most important places, but that construction was stopped as soon as Biden took office. But yeah, no, according to old Ann Coulter, that never started, right? How many day what 500 and something and 0 miles of the wall have been built? And to just ape a saying from Razor Fist, you'd be that obsessed with the wall as Ann Coulter is if you'd hit it as hard as she has. Oh, fucking train wreck. Anyways, Trump has already lobbed several preemptive strikes at DeSantis, calling him an average Republican governor with great public relations. Oh, okay, cool. And again, that's campaign Trump. Again, just go back in time, all of those people that he actually worked with, he had some of the harshest criticism for. But hey, man, whatever. If you want to say that that's just squabblings and isn't, just the media fabrication, something that would be akin to a fucking soap opera in the afternoon, but you go ahead and do whatever you like. In the run-up to Trump's announcement, former running mate and Vice President Mike Pence has said there are better options on the GOP ticket for 2024. Trump and Pence haven't bridged the schism formed on January 6th, 2021. Yeah, that's all nice and wonderful and fantastic. Oh, I know what I was going to mention before. I know I got sidetracked there for a second. It's because there's so much noise going around in my neighborhood. I guess it's just a nice day. It's one of those unseasonably nice days where everybody just wants to go do construction outside because they're fucking brilliant. So if you hear any hammering or any sort of sawing in the background, it's my neighbors and they're fucking retarded. But no, Trump made especially about fentanyl, about people crossing the border, okay, bringing that over. He said he wants to install the death penalty for anybody convicted of bringing the tons of fucking drugs, the tons of fentanyl over the border. I'm like, all right, bet. That's fucking based, because you take a look at it, okay, and I'm sure some people are like, oh my god, that's way too serious. Oh my god, drugs are fine, drugs are great, and it's like, just fucking shut your yap. Okay, you're having somebody categorize this in a different sense. Okay, you're having somebody bring over powder, bring over a weapon, as it were, killing how many thousands of people every fucking month? Yeah, that's a terrorist. And what do you normally do with terrorists? So yeah, do you think anybody else in the GOP field would go that fucking far? Would stake their name to any of these concrete, relevant, important points? Nah, they would just placate. They would just do a fucking shitty Trump impression where the exact same fucking clothes just go whoa, 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 and sound a little bit slicker. Get fucked, you brainlets. Because the media, the DNC, it's the same fucking shit at the end of the day, are so scared of Trump. Because guess what? Trump makes that whole machine tick. Without him, there is no DeSantis. Without him, there is no populist movement. Somebody might have come along, but you know what we were getting in 2016? Jeb Bush, Hillary Clinton. That's what we were getting. Same old, fucking same old. Without Trump endorsing Ron DeSantis in 2018, we would have had Andrew I Like to Smoke Meth in Motels with Gay Hookers Gillum as governor of Florida. Just because, apparently fly-by-night Republicans think that, Trump's too damaged and, the media doesn't like him, therefore they would treat everybody else better. How far back in history do we have to go when it comes to important Republican leaders, okay? Eisenhower, he glassed all those Japs back in the fucking 40s, so yeah, he's a war criminal and he should be shot. And then what? Richard Nixon? Oh, okay, cool. Paranoid crazy man, okay, because had nothing to do with the fact that, 1960 was a little bit sketchy. He was so corrupt he had to be taken down by one of the most elaborate entrapment schemes that was ever successfully pulled off. And that he just got to retire nicely, okay? And then, Gerald Ford, just a fucking klutzy asshole who falls down the steps, which is funny, considering Biden and all that stuff. It's unacceptable if you fall down slick steps a day after you were almost assassinated in Iran. Everybody likes to forget that, but no, Gerald Ford is just some stumbling, bumbling Homer Simpson fuck. And then what? Just skip ahead. We can do this all fucking day here, folks. Ronald Reagan. He just lost his mind. Yes. Just a retard. Yes. Didn't bring the fucking country back. He didn't bring back the West. Didn't take down the Iron fucking Curtain. No, he was just losing his marbles in the last couple of years. And that's the way that the left and the media likes to remember Ronald Reagan. HW, what? Corrupt? It's like, okay, I can kind of agree with you on that one. Just a deep state actor. Back in the day when the left used to give a fuck about that stuff. Very interesting, okay? Now what? HW, when he was initially the commander and thief? And then, running back that whole war criminal stuff. The media and the left always play on emotions in order to slander their opponents, okay? We could run back the exact same timeline with all of the other Democratic presidents that are out there. JFK lionized. LBJ, he was put in a thankless position of having to replace the most popular president, not some meth-headed philanderer who was using the Oval Office as a drive-by whorehouse. Nope. LBJ was a great man who just loved to address the media from on the toilet, and everybody stayed fucking quiet about it. And the less said about his takes on the African-American community, the better for the health of my channel. Where else do we want to go? Jimmy Carter, great man, builds a lot of homes for homeless people that are out there. Okay, definitely didn't stagnate the country, a la Biden. And then what? Bill Clinton? What's getting your dick sucked in the Oval Office? Okay, listen, a couple of presidents ago just did that. Don't even worry about it. It's totally fine. And now, hey, just go ahead and just give my wife a shot at this stuff. It wasn't like I was impeached or anything like that. That just got swept under the rug all nicely. And now Bill Clinton's looked back on it. It's like, that was the golden years. And it's like, yep, because you just adopted Ronald Reagan's policy, but it was a little bit more palatable because it came with a shade of blue. Fucking retards. And then Barack Obama, chain smoking, out of touch elitist, which is the current blueprint of the Democratic Party. But no, he's nice because he's like half black. But now you can take all of those old pre-Trump GOP presidents, Democratic presidents, and guess what? They're all on one team against the one guy who actually has tangible goals. Somebody who has accomplished what he set out to do during his first administration. Somebody who is tackling the deep state that enabled that entire couple of decades of just soft handoffs from the Bushes to the Clintons to the Bushes to the Clintons. They worked hard setting up that dynasty, okay? And then Trump had to waddle his fat orange ass into the picture and fuck it all up for the rest of us. So why do you think they're going so hard against this guy? Anybody that he hands the baton off to at this point in time is going to get maybe not the same amount of heat, But they'll be continued to be built up just like everybody in the past until they just hop on the old book deal bandwagon, just like Mike Pence did. He's trying to sucker up. He's just trying to suckle at the tit of all of those big investor dollars. And that's another reason why Trump's one of a kind. He has the billions of dollars. He can finance his campaign. He loves America, unlike everybody else that's out there in the political sphere. They just want it as a job. They just want their name associated with the other 45, 46 people now that are up there. They could give a fuck about the American people. Trump started his speech, and the through line through the rest of it, the subsequent 69 minutes, nice, was all about the American people. And that's why they are so fearful of him. Democrats push legislation to ban Trump from ever holding office hours after he announces his third run for president. They are but fucking terrified. You know what I see from some of this? We aren't going to read this. I'm going to be wrapping up here very shortly. I don't know if they think that they can get an indictment out of Mar-a-Lago. Maybe it was just much ado about nothing. And especially with that DOJ and how corrupt it is right now, they're definitely trying for something, okay? But if they can't come up with anything, no, man, we got to push legislation specifically targeting, which kind of sounds like a bill of attainder, which is very interesting in and of itself. I don't know how well that would be, but I was making allusions to this at the beginning, and this is how I'll wrap up on this one. Perfectly put by the election wizard, who, big shout out to this guy. He does great job at aggregating different poll results. Trump has always been at his best when he's the outsider taking on the system. Democrats and some Republicans are once again setting him up to be the outsider. Yes, exactly. This right here, it seems a lot more like than in 2020, okay? This Trump right now, or over the past month or so, this is campaign Trump. This is 2015, 2016 Trump. Here for it, okay? He looks energized, and the fact that Ivanka and those fucking bloodsuckers aren't going to be around him, that's a big win. Huge fucking win, especially in my consideration, okay? If I can see other pit fighters that are going to be in here, it's like, okay, Robert Barnes made the point a few years ago at this point, okay? Especially during the 2020 stuff and all those shenanigans that went on, okay? Trump needs to assemble his team of untouchables, okay? Well, I would go a step further. I want to see a dirty dozen, okay? I want to see Trump. I want to see Donald Sutherland. I want to see Charles Bronson. I want to see Yul Brenner. I want all of the fucking outlaws, okay? Give me Steve Bannon. Give me Roger Stone. Give me Alex Jones. All of the motherfuckers out there, okay? All of the people that are just gonna piss everybody the fuck off. Expose this shit. Coast to a victory in 2024, or pray and hope that the Democrats are dumb enough to try to stoke some dumb shit in order to prevent you from holding office ever again. Cool. You want to see the GOP, okay, in its fucked up state that it is right now, a creation of the media and its own fucking doing. Too many bitch made in their feelings. It's an hour. I'm not even gonna say it, but you can figure out the bundle of sticks words. Too many people with that fucking mindset, and they're just trying to voice their bitch-made opinions on one another. But when you look at the fucking facts, nobody scares the right people as much as Trump does. So if they're going to try to lob some legislation, they're going to try to drop an indictment on Trump, ban him from office, make him absolutely incapable of becoming the 47th president that's out there. The person that inherits the throne, if it is Ron DeSantis, which again, I know I've been using him as an example because the media is right now. Don't take away from the fact that, yeah, I like DeSantis. I like him a lot. He's a great number two. He's a terrific candidate for president in 2028. He's not ready yet. There's a lot of people on the bench of the Republican side. There are good candidates that are out there. There's one candidate for 2024. And if the Democrats want to cut the knees off of that one, they just guaranteed whoever takes that has the united support of the entire fucking party. And they could have it right now for the one man who has the best stake to that office right now. If they could just get out of their own fucking way to begin with. But that's enough on that, and the video's long as fuck anyway, so I liked Trump's statement. I like what I'm seeing so far. He's making a lot of good points. He's backed up all of the points that he's made before. I just want to see what this ends up turning into and how much of a shit show is going to be surrounding it, because, you know, from here on out, man, it's going to be full press fucking nonsense. But then also keep a keen ear to what the Democrats are doing right now, because, well, all of the circus is going to be about Trump for the next 2 years. Just watch what they do in silent. But with all of that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone. And Trump 2024, motherfucker.